Good afternoon, this is HorseRacingNation.com handicapper Jarrod Horak, and this is our video feature race of the week. This feature race will be for Friday, November 27th, be the 11th race from Churchill Downs, the Grade 1 Clark. This is for 3-year-olds and up, and they're going to be going 9 furlongs on the main track, drawn a 9-horse field. Breaking from the inside post is going to be Keen Ice. Keen Ice was a well-beaten 4th in the Breeders' Cup Classic last time out. His big win this year was over American Pharoah in the Travers, when American Pharoah and Frosted ended up setting some wicked internal fractions in that race and that zapped both their energies, and it allowed Keen Ice to sneak on by. And that was a good ride that day by Javier Castellano. He had him sitting behind those two, and then when they got a bit tired in the stretch, he was able to go by and get the job done. He's hit the board in most of his stakes races without winning them, but he did win in the Travers, and if he can get the right kind of pace set up, he's certainly capable of passing some of the horses on the front end. He's won at Churchill Downs before. He's trained there, so he likes the track, and obviously as a 3-year-old he has some upside, like I said, but he hits the board more than he wins. Looks to Spare is the next one. This one seems overmatched in the Grade 2 Marathon at Keeneland last time. He was 6th by 16. The Jockey Club Gold Cup before that, he was 5th by 15. He likes to sit way back, try to make a run, and he's probably going to be too far back and a bit outclassed in here. Mr. Z, he's going to break from post 3 for trainer D. Wayne Lucas. He's got good speed, and if he can get out there and just get alone on the front end, that's his best chance to run his best race. I think if he's going to be battling on the pace, he's going to be in trouble. His best chance to finish in somewhere in the top 4. If he can get out there, get loose, control the pace, and hang in there as long as possible. In his last race at the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile, he dueled on the lead that day, and then he ended up finishing 6th by 9. Liam's Map was the impressive winner that day. So getting a little bit more real estate today, and like I said, if he can get out there, he'll hang in there. I would be surprised if he won, but if he gets loose, I wouldn't be surprised if he was able to finish in the top 4. Frivolous, the mayor taking on the boys in here. She was also entered on Thanksgiving Day in the Falls City. We'll see if she ends up going there, a race she won last year at Churchill. And she certainly likes Churchill. 7 starts with 3 wins and 2/3. And that's one of the reasons they may have decided to take on the boys if they go in that direction, because she does like Churchill Downs. She won the Lucas Grove at Churchill earlier this year, the Fleur de Lis, as we mentioned, she won the Falls City last year, so she's won multiple graded stakes at Churchill. She'll be coming from off the pace under John Court. Protonico is the next one in line for trainer Todd Pletcher, and I like his chances here because he does like Churchill Downs. His last couple starts have been a bit below par, but he was in good form earlier this year. And then as a 3-year-old, he was pretty good. He won the Smarty Jones as a 3-year-old of the Discovery at Aqueduct. And then he ran in the Clark, and he finished 2nd, beaten a half length last year. So that was a good effort in the Clark as a 3-year-old. So now as a 4-year-old, he's had 5 starts this year with 2 wins, and then in 3 races he didn't hit the board. His 2 wins were the Ben Ali at Keeneland. He won by more than 5 lengths that day. That was one of his wins. And then he won the Grade 2 Ali Sheba at Churchill Downs. So we know he likes Churchill. He has running style versatility. Julian Leperoux's going to ride for Todd Pletcher. Not a combination that they hook up too often, but the last couple months, 4 times they've teamed up with 2 wins, and they show a flat bet profit together in those 2 wins. So I think he likes the track. He's got that versatility. Leperoux knows Churchill well, and I think that he's certainly going to offer value because his last couple races have been a bit below par. Hoppertunity, he's always in the money. He doesn't win much. He's 8 starts this year with 1 win, 3 seconds, and 2/3. He's been hitting the board in a lot of stakes races without winning. He was 2nd in the Fayette last time, 2nd in the Awesome again. He was 4th in the Pacific Classic, 4th in the San Diego, 2nd in the Gold Cup. So you get the picture. He's been hitting the board in a lot of races. In the Foster earlier this year at Churchill, he was 3rd. He won the Clark last year. I think if you're going to use him underneath in your exotics, because he hasn't been big on winning, but they ship him all over the place. He hits the board, he earns a lot of money. He's earned over $500,000 this year, mostly hitting the board in a lot of races. Shotgun Cowboy, in from Remington Park, coming off back-to-back wins. He loves Remington, that's for sure. He won the Oklahoma Derby. He's a 3-year-old, and his numbers aren't that far off of Keen Ice. In the Oklahoma Derby, very similar speed figure to Keen Ice. So this one's certainly going to offer a lot more value than Keen Ice will. And coming in from Remington, he'll probably be stalking the pace. He's another one that's versatile. He can come from off the pace. He can be up on the pace. He really gets tested for class here, but I wouldn't be shocked if he snuck into the top 4. Effinex, the next one. This one coming up, that's second in the Breeders' Cup Classic, and because he finished second in the Classic, I think he's going to take a lot of money. He was in good form. Reminds me of Protonico a little bit, where he was in good form earlier this year, very sharp, won multiple graded stakes races in New York. He won the Excelsior, the Suburban, and then he tailed off a bit in the Woodward, the Jockey Gold Cup, and then he bounced back with a much better effort in the Breeders' Cup Classic. Chased American Pharoah throughout, ended up finishing a clear second. In that race, there was absolutely no pace. American Pharoah controlled the pace, Effinex chased him, and that's just the way that it went. Nobody else really got close to those two. So there's some other speed in here, and I think they're going to overbet him off that Breeders' Cup Classic line. So I'll try to beat him. I wouldn't be surprised if he ran a good race. But as I said, a horse like Protonico, who may be coming back to a race like Effinex did last time, is going to offer much more wagering value. And then race day for Tried Pletcher rounds out the field. I've always liked this one. He won the Fayette last time out, beating his stablemate Protonico, beating Hoppertunity in that race as well. Another one that was in really good form earlier this year. He won the Razorback, the Oaklawn Handicap, and then in the Salvatore Mile, he disappointed at Monmouth. Then the Forgo didn't fire at all in that race, and then he bounced back in the Fayette. So he's one that last time it was decent value. He was 4-1, nice bounce back effort. He's certainly capable. He's 2 for 2 at this distance. He's 1 for 1 at Churchill. I would not be surprised if he was right there at the end. But when you look at those patterns, like I said, you saw that race day bounce back last time after he was in good form, tailed off, bounced back at 4-1. You look at Effinex, he was in good form, and then he bounced back in the Breeders' Cup Classic at 33-1. Now the horse that I'm looking for to bounce back here is Protonico, and he'll be my top choice. He was in good form earlier this year, tailed off in his last few. Now I'm expecting him to bounce back at a track that he likes. He should offer a good amount of value. And the wager in this race, we're going to make a $20 win and place wager on Protonico, hoping that he's able to bounce back like some of these other good horses do. And when they do that, obviously you're going to get value because their form's a little bit darkened right now, and there's some others with some better form, and I think that the bettors are going to jump to those horses, and Protonico hopefully can go off at 8-1 or so, and we'll get a nice payoff with our win and place wager. So that's it for this video. I'll be back next week with another video race of the week. Until then, good luck at the races.